Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to Skyway Bound presents Fly Tampa Fly. And as I promised, I am producing, I produced something a couple weeks ago, and I said I was going to produce something again before the year is out. Woo! I did it. No coal in my stocking this year, so I'm pretty happy about that. Today, I'm very excited. One of my sponsors, Skyway Bound sponsors, is Jetline Systems. Here you see behind me, they have a computer set up for me. And this is where we bring students and we try to introduce them. We don't train them per the FAA because it's not a basic aircraft training device, but it is a PC, and not everybody wants to own a full PC with flight simulators yet until they really get into it. So we bring people here and show them the basic concepts because we know it's already proven that you get people's heads in the games, they're going to pick up actual flying a lot quicker. So with that said, here is Tony with Jetline Systems. And before we go further, I'm going to share with you guys their website. This is their website. You can find them at jetlinesystems.com. They are going to make some changes here in the future, but this is pretty much, you'll see stuff similar to this when you come here. If you have any computer needs, any gaming computer needs, especially with regards to flight simulation, even if it's not, you can definitely touch base with these guys. These guys they'll take care of you. They take care of a lot of people. They do a really good job. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Tony real quick and let him kind of talk a little bit about who he is, what he does here, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. Don't care, but we're just winging it. Pun intended. Thank you. All right, let the chips fall where they may. Tony, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here at Jetline Systems.
Thank you, Walt. So I'm a senior technician for all of our computer systems, and I do quite a bit of work with our engineer, Ken, on building the FAA-approved simulators in different schools across the country, partnered with Virtual Fly. We do a lot of our FAA-approved simulators with their equipment, and just bring the joy of flight simulation to both consumers, just your regular old Joe, and also to students in a lot of different schools across the country.
Very cool. So you said Ken is an engineer. Would you happen to know what kind of engineer he is? Is it a specific kind?
Yeah, he studied electrical.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. And then what about Greg?
And then Greg, he is CEO here at Jetline and president, and he kind of does a lot of our administration things, sets up some of the jobs for schools, and kind of works with me on developing our computer systems to, I guess, offer the best value for our customers, and then just does some of the day-to-day customer support and helps run things kind of all over the place with us.
And then what about what would we call it? The business, the club, the team mascot, Coco Bear.
Coco Bear. Yeah, his brown lab. She just started training this week. So, I was talking to him about it today, and not to get too off topic, but the trainer actually took Coco Bear and started bringing her around town to find out if she likes Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts more, to learn her personality, because that's first.
So we're gonna have to get a picture of Coco Bear, because I think people will want to see Coco Bear. Coco Bear is the team mascot. So if you would, just briefly, I know you said that you guys are making changes and some of these stuff is going to go away.
Yeah, to the website.
Yeah, show us the stuff real quick.
Yeah, so everything on our everything on our FAA approved flight simulation page here will pretty much stay the same. We'll be continuing to work with a lot of Virtual Fly's equipment to bring FAA approved simulators to schools across the country. We'll have some changes mainly to our store, because we don't carry any of the Virtual Fly products right now.
All right.
In our warehouse. So we'll be taking some of those off there and just directing customers to Virtual Fly directly for their products, for the consumer products, like their yokes and flight pedals, etc. Pretty much everything on our computer page is up to date. We do have a new product that will be launching soon. I don't have an exact time.
Stay tuned.
Yep, stay tuned. But this is pretty much up to date. We have the brand new NVIDIA graphics cards on all of our computer systems.
Those are hard to find these days, right?
They are hard to find. They're trickling in for us. But yeah, they're out of stock. And for pretty much anyone that isn't buying a pre-built, it doesn't have access to the very highest end card.
If you guys want to find video cards, these guys, they're magicians.
Yeah.
I believe in them.
Well, we'll definitely get a computer built for you if you're interested.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Give us a call.
All right. And then we're just going through your website and we're just kind of showing you guys some of the, some of the things that they do provide. Just so you kind of get a feel. And Tony, have you done any, I know you guys kind of split duties here and you spend a little bit more time here kind of building stuff.
Yeah.
And then Ken goes on site a lot of times.
Yeah. So generally how this goes is we'll have a school that will set up, some kind of sale with where they're looking for a single or multiple simulators for their students. And those include kind of all three of the things on screen, which would be a server system, like a computer to run the actual programs, to kind of display. A lot of times you'll have projection visuals for the larger units, anything like 737 size,
right?
And then we'll do surround TV visuals almost always for the smaller aircraft, VATDs, AATDs, which are basic and advanced aviation training devices.
Right.
So for students trying to learn like the Cessnas 172, 182, we'll build television surround visuals for those simulators.
Oh, very nice. And then as you guys do this, are you starting to see people, start to adopt the virtual reality goggles and things like that?
We have some customers that literally will only fly like Microsoft Flight Simulator in virtual reality.
Nice.
And once you get into it, they don't even go back to a flat screen anymore, just because of the immersion and the real feeling of flying.
Yeah, me personally, when I work with my students, as you can see here, I use the two-dimensional, if you will. I like splitting up the flights. I don't do the full flight. I follow Rod Machado. You can go to and find his stuff on my website, by the way. I am an affiliate. It's full transparency. But I like the two-dimensional initially just to break up a flight and show them the core concepts of flying. Like, for example, the landing approach, one of the most difficult phases for most students to get. Not even the flare, but just the pitch and power, attitude plus power equals performance. Those changes as they're coming in for their final approach. Actually, let me use the aircraft as they're coming in for their final approach. That was pretty good, wasn't it? But then I really love virtual reality for preparing students to do the actual maneuvers, also preparing them to do what we call a familiarization to learn. Microsoft Flight Simulator is unbelievable with their graphics. No, it's not exactly, it's never going to be, well, I won't say never, it's not perfect right now, but what is? But the graphics are good to where they can really learn the local, in our case, the Tampa Bay area.
Yes.
Just by flying Microsoft Simulator. A lot of small airports, they have different rules to get in and out of the airport. Albert Whitted, where I fly out of quite a bit, has is a towered airport. So it's just such a great tool between virtual reality and just a PC. If they don't have anything, even just a PC, I've got a little laptop to the left of you, that's perfect. I mean, that's mobile, it's simple, it's small, it's a great way for people to train. And it's all happening right here in the Tampa Bay area. There's not many companies, there's quite a few companies like yours that are doing something similar. With that said, let's transition into, in general, no trade secrets, don't give away secret sauce, none of that. What we're looking for here at Fly Tampa Fly is to really start bringing together the local Tampa Bay industry and kind of showcasing smaller businesses so people can see how they can maybe in the future get into the aviation industry. Not everybody has to work for the Deltas, the Boeings, et cetera, et cetera. That's okay if they want to. But some people want to, I'm a small business type of person and you guys are here too. And what are some of the general challenges that you see see, just working within a small business, because you're so, well, you might not be, well, you're not the founder, but you're tied to the founder.
Yep.
Related.
Yeah. And yeah, I can speak a little bit on it. I mean, I know, Greg started this company literally in his home. So just for a love of flight simulation, dating back literally decades, and wanting to find a way to bring that to more people, because of the value that he found in it. Really it was all it took, learning the software, and then just learning how to put together computers. For us nowadays, the hardest challenge that we have to overcome, I think, is stock. Supply right now, for almost any trade, any industry, is really limited. I believe still because of COVID, affecting supply chains for all kinds of materials. But it definitely the semiconductor supply chains are very limited right now. Computer systems, whether it's your game console, or whether it's the stereo system in your car, or computers, motherboards that go in your desktop computer, it's very limited and hard to get supply.
But that's where the many years of experience between Greg and Ken, they seem to find stuff. I mean, they're just like,
we've had to do
magicians.
a lot of connecting with distributors across
Yeah.
distributors across the country, and building relationships with them in order to receive products when we need them the most, and when consumers need them the most.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they do a really good job here at Jetline doing it. I mean, they were nice enough to let me go to a trade show and represent them as their resident CFI, certified flight instructor. And it was an eye opener into the industry and the potential with regards to basic flight simulation. I'm trying to get into the world of primary flight training, and just sky's the limit, just with what you can do and how you can bring this technology to help the masses get into the world of aviation. That's a whole nother discussion on why I'm trying to, what I'm trying to accomplish in that regards, but trying to, we'll say diversify the who's flying, and because I just see flying's never going away.
Sure.
The modes of transportation, in my mind, I see ground effect vehicles, like Star Wars.
Yep.
That's a three-dimensional space that you have to start training a lot of people to learn in. Mm-hmm. So driver's ed, flyer's ed in high school it might not be in my lifetime, but I definitely think it's going to happen sometime in the future.
I could definitely say that. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. We talked about some challenges. Let's see. We showed on their website a little bit. Really, like you said, this is jetlinesystems.com. Their website's going to change, but I think they're going to keep the same jetlinesystems.com, right?
Yeah, most of it will still be on there. We're just making some changes, moving forward. And of course, we'll still be offering the FAA approved simulators. We still have our support page. That's, one of the main benefits with our PC systems is a lot of folks don't know much about computers or flight simulation, just want to get into it.
Yeah.
And our support around the clock, US based. You're going to get one of us on the phone to help you out, and we can remotely support the computer. That's a main benefit for a lot of folks purchasing these machines.
All right. And folks, I think we're going to end it there. We're able to talk about some challenges. They are a local, veteran-owned small business here in the Greater Tampa Bay area. We have pivoted. We're still small business focused, but now I'm trying to niche down and really help the local aviation community, because I just so believe in it. And as I stated in my pivot video, my goal is to see this place, the Greater Tampa Bay area, be the #1 producer in aviation industry workers. That goes beyond just being a pilot. I think out of the three of you, only Greg's a pilot.
He was a former Air Force.
Yeah.
And Ken and I have learned quite a bit about aviation. I mean, Ken's been here for 14 years now.
Wow.
So he knows quite a bit about aviation, just from dealing with the flight simulation market, but me as well. I mean, I could definitely know my way around an aircraft way more than I did when I started here.
And more importantly, is like, even though we've talked, you have no desire to be a pilot. However, there's no doubt in my mind, if that desire ever crept in, that you would be flying, you'd be soloing really quick just because of the experience with the virtual environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, what it can bring to people for training is, well, I mean, really priceless.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree 100%. And it's no secret. It's no secret. I was reading an article about Embry-Riddle. Embry-Riddle's got a virtual, of course, the Air Force, and I think pretty sure the Navy, well, they actually train jointly. So all of those folks are using virtual reality just to get people's heads in the game. And then I can't remember what other airline, but I think they're all doing it on one level or another. And it's already happening.
Yep.
You know, so
there's no better time than now.
No
honestly.
better time.
With
You're
Microsoft Flight Simulator and all the procedurally generated terrain, where you can actually teach people about the Tampa Bay area or whatever area they're in.
Yes.
You can see local landmarks and really start to get a feel for what it will be like in the aircraft when you're taking your lesson.
Nice.
Train beforehand, train afterhand. I mean, we have a lot of customers that are medically retired and can't fly any longer, and so they're grabbing computers with Microsoft Flight Simulator to bring that experience back to them. So there's before, during, and after your piloting experience, you can still get that same feeling with a simulator.
That is such a great point. So one of my partners in this world, Jim Intriglia, he talks about that, and that's one of the paths he's trying to help with, is people like that maybe medically they can't qualify to have an FAA certificate anymore, but they still have that joy, that passion. And that you're absolutely right. There's just the possibilities are endless that will allow people to continue to enjoy the wonderful world of aviation. And folks, that's what's happening right here in the Greater Tampa Bay area. You have people like Jetline Systems, my friend Jim Intriglia. Of course, I'm doing what I can to help. We're all trying to bring the community together. And yeah, that's about it. So let me take this down real quick. But this is jetlinesystems.com. We also have their contact information at the end of this program. If you watch the credits, we do have credits. Sweet. Watch the credits. You can also get their information as well, or replay this video and see their information as well. Jetline Systems, Greater Tampa Bay area. They're located near the Tampa Bay International Airport. And with that said, Tony, do you have any words of inspiration for small business owners trying to get into the world of aviation?
Well, just follow your passion. I mean, whatever you're into, you can build a business around it. And just to, sometimes it's all about just getting started.
I agree. And folks, I can't top that. But at the end of the day, Tony just said it, follow it, start. You heard me say last week, start now. And, we totally understand. And here at Skyway Bound Presents, we just want to encourage you to just keep moving. But before we close out, of course, we want to also going to be located their contact information and slides. If you're not an IT professional, these guys are, but I don't think they don't do, you guys don't. You're not an MSP. They're not a what do you call that? Managed services provider. They're not a managed services provider, but they do understand that people need to take care of their computers and protect their computers, and that's where our sponsor MindMyPC can help you out. Their contact information, mindmypc.com. They're in fact, I can bring them up right now. We got a second. We always got a second. This is my show, darn it. All right. Yeah, share. Hit the share. Here we go. I'm about to share it with you guys. And we also have a slide with their contact information at the end as well. If you're sick of being your own IT department, because, well, that's not your expertise, give my friends at MindMyPC a call, and they're a managed services provider, and they also help with cybersecurity strategy for helping as your company continues to grow. They'll grow with you to make sure that you guys are covered. They're your outsourced IT department. So give them a shot. Let them know they're my good friends of mine, and they'll take care of you. Tell them Walt sent you, and they'll hook you up. So quit trying to do it all. You don't have to do it all. Thanks to Tony for coming here and joining us today and representing the great team here at Jetline Systems. I'm here. I try to come here at least once or twice a week. if you want to schedule some time with me to learn basics to flying, I'm here. Just reach out to me. My contact information for Skyway Bound Aviation Services will also be located in the credits as well. But with that said, I think we thanked everybody. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. If I've forgotten you, please forgive me and drop me a line. Drop a line in the notes. Those of you who haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell, likes, follows, all that other social media hoo-yah stuff. Just do it. All right. On that note, we're gonna end it there. Once again, thank you for humoring me, and just I think this was fun. This is a little bit different format. Normally we pipe people in remotely, but it's really fun to be in person with somebody, and yeah, it's kind of cool. So I think that's going to be it for today. I'll stop boring you guys. Just remember, the road is long, the road is hard, but do not quit, do not quit, do not quit. Sky's the limit. We believe in you. Go out there and make something happen. Just do it today. Fly Tampa, fly always. Peace out.